And we're back. Hey again. So yeah, just getting back into Knights of the Old Republic. I felt pretty good about the last episode that I did. I think maybe a couple things to clarify. I haven't played, I said I think in the first episode that if I seemed a little bit less enthused, it's because I had run all this stuff recently. That's all true, except for the fact that I kind of only ran like the first episode of this a couple times. So everything that's going forward, if I seem a little bit like I have no idea where to go or whatever, it's because I don't, because I only ran the maybe first 5 hours of the game before, if even that. Yeah, I feel like there was something else I wanted to clarify, and I can't remember what it was. If I remember it, it'll be in the description. But anyways, yeah, I thought the other episode was good, and I thought maybe I could try to be a little bit more concise with what I wanted to talk about. But it's hard when you have all this, you know, deep RPG lore going on. So yeah, hopefully this one will be good, and so let's get into it.
Terrace? The planet's all one big city, but its golden years are long past, and things have gotten worse since the Sith occupied it. From what I hear, the wealthy live on the tops of all the tall towers, and if you're poor, you live down in the shadows, and it gets worse the lower you go. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
And for a lot of people, it gets worse the lower they go.
You got it.
It's kind of just a rule of life, I would suppose.
Yes, what's
okay, no, I don't want to talk.
You got it.
I don't want to talk. It doesn't help that my cursor like is right back on top of him, like ending up with a circular dialogue tree when I do this. Ah. Well, hopefully his peripheral vision is not the greatest, so that I can change into my non-Sith armor, whatever. Sweet. I don't remember specifically what we did. I think I just needed the Sith armor to get through the door. But, yeah, the hidden backs, aren't these are like the good dudes.
Hey, you can't just walk in here. This is the hidden back base. How do I know you're not a Vulcar spy sent to kill Gadon Thek?
Hidden back base. What a weird voice.
A lot of people want to go inside and speak to Gadon. He's a hero of the common folk.
I don't really like this voice that they chose for her at all. He's a hero of the common folk.
With the Sith conquest and the Vulcar gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now.
God, this is the most, like, between her, like, just texture of a face and her, like, bak 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 kind of voice, it's just, ugh. Persuade skill's good?
My loyalty's not for sale. I've been with the Hindus for years, and I'm not going to desert Gadon now just because everyone is turning against him. Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulcars or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadon in the heart of his own base. Not with Zedra watching his back.
I'm just looking at her mouth, and just like it's like the two sheen textures on her lips, and the fact that they kind of just go like, well, it's just, ugh. Look here.
Go in and speak to Gadon if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The hidden Becks are watching you.
Oh boy. Gadon was somebody related to one of the dudes in those buildings. This is like a rebel force on Terrace, I think.
Manaman Atota. Hakijukrata pola shui chongatong. Chongkino bunka mulera kunkile.
Cool.
Hold it right there. Who are you? And what is your business with Gadon?
Calm down, Zedra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadon. Brejik and his Vulcars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on
Why do all the
Zedra,
women
like
like
the
stand
Vulcars
on
do?
their hip? Like, they all have this like really sassy pose.
Step aside and let them pass.
Women extending to
You can
Twi'leks
speak
as
to
well.
Gadon if
Did she
you
just
want.
pop?
I've got
Like
my eye on you.
immediately,
Try
or
anything and you'll be vaporized
did I just
before
miss
you can
something?
say Vulcar spy.
Okay, great, whatever.
have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brejik and the Vulkars began
Man,
his
this is a
origins,
create a
she's been
character or
little
what,
overzealous
right?
in her security.
Eyebrow piercing, white eyes on a black dude,
Zerdra seems
perfectly
to forget
trimmed
that I know
facial
how to
hair.
look after myself. Now, how can I help you? The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
And because you don't look like you're with the Sith, that's good enough.
For the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda.
A convenient, like, jump in logic. He looks normal, and the Sith battalion didn't come to our door already to directly fight the rebellion that they know is here. So they wouldn't have just sent a spy, because why would they send a spy that looks as suspicious as a man doing this the whole time? Like, he's literally like looking at the purple mascara Twi'lek lady like, no, I don't look suspicious. I'm not a spy at all. Whatever.
I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang. But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book.
You're like the nicest gang leader ever.
Within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash. We Becks don't believe in intergalactic slavery. But the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner.
Why does nobody acknowledge that I brought a friend in that, like, looks suspicious as heck and is holding a gun? And he's right over my shoulder, like, doing the same thing that I'm doing. We're just looking back and forth at both of these motherfuckers. Like, there's two shady-ass people in here that are just like... No, they're not spies. They're not wearing uniforms.
Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
I still think Bastila's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brejik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her.
What is the difference between a pod race and a swoop race?
I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brejik's game to take over the lower
There's
city.
something about these classic RPGs where they are like addicted to putting you into racing games. It's like Final Fantasy VII with the chocobos.
Brejik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller
I swear there was like a small racing thing in Final Fantasy X.
So how do you propose
Mini
we go
games and
about
RPGs
rescuing
go hand in
Bastila?
hand.
Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race.
Very episode 1 of you.
I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose.
You're gonna, much to lose is you lose a race, and then you feel bad and they make fun of you on the internet. They hop into your Discord and tell you that your pod is trash, and you need to get good, scrub.
You really don't have any other choice. Not if you want to get Bastila back. You should at least listen to what I have to say. The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hiddenbecks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back. Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Vale.
Mission? Gaddon, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her.
This guy has voiced like tons of characters in RPGs and just video games and anime, and I have no idea who it is. And I've probably seen him at like a con or something. I wish I could figure out who it is. Oh, she's Blue Twilight, isn't she?
They like to go exploring in the Undercity, despite the dangers. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity. But you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator. A simple disguise might have worked on the Upper City guard, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway. Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
I mean, I guess theoretically some of those papers would be harder to get a hold of than like a uniform. I don't really know. I mean, this is all fantasy mumbo jumbo, but
your time would probably be better spent.
What's up with your freaky eyes?
Very tactful. Are you itching for a fight or something?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand.
Calm down, Zerdra. I'm not ashamed of what I've become. As you can see, I lost my eyes in a swoop racing crash.
Oh.
I rely on these artificial replacements to see now.
You don't see too well. You definitely don't blink enough.
My affliction was what eventually led to this war between my Becks and the Vulkars. When I lost my sight in the swoop bike accident, everyone assumed I would step down as leader of the hidden Becks and let Brezhik, my most trusted follower, take over. But with my ocular implants, I can still see well enough to lead this gang. And I knew Brezhik wasn't ready to take over yet. Unfortunately, Brezhik didn't agree with me. In a rage, he left to join our arch-rivals, the Black Vulkars. A lot of the younger gang members followed him, and soon he and his followers had taken control of the Vulkar gang. Brezhik is a proud man. My decision was a public humiliation for him. Maybe if I had stepped down, this gang war could have been avoided.
Don't fool yourself, Gadden. Brezhik wants to control the lower city gangs. If you'd stepped down, he'd have led the Becks against the Vulkars. He wanted this war, one way or another.
I know you're right, Zerdra. Brezhik won't rest until I am dead and the Becks are no more.
Yeah, blah blah blah. Beck is an okay band. It's actually not even an okay band. Sweet. Is there anything to explore over here? No? You're not so hidden, Beck. Okay, so I guess I just have to go through the Sith to the Sith whatever, and give them my security papers so I can look for Mission Val and Zalbar. I'm sure I'd come back here at some point, and I'm sure honestly there's probably some point in this game where I have to like make a decision to align with the Black Vulkars or the Hidden Becks, and that would be like highly correlated with like light side, dark side, whatever. But we can come back to that. Control room, standard door. Is this robbery if I open this? Okay, there's no such thing as robbery in this game. Can you dance in this? Come on, Karth. Get it. It's like the lowest. They have to have like ultra swelling music for the Star Wars themes, but like we can't even get a little bit more bass in our secret rebel raves underneath the city. Typical Star Wars. Anywho, so the thing I wanted to do, the topic I wanted to cover for this specific, oh cool, the topic I wanted to cover for this specific, I guess I should attack these Vulkars. I don't know if this is a bad idea. Damn, these motherfuckers are crazy, dude. Always trying to attack. Come on. I wonder if these are like randomly spawned too. I'm sure I'll get into what I was gonna say because I'm almost like positive this is gonna cause some kind of combat engagement right here.
You guys are behind with your payments. What do you think just because you're in some gang, you don't have to give Davik his cut?
Karatumpa kunpalya mokapata. Bonanay kachu. Yinkin kuno ba mulirachi kun. Tong na bunsha nyunyang. Kavavol pamul runda diho tonga kun hunka.
Tunga Tihun Tunga. Does he have the same voice as the sketchy like shield generator guy?
Ah, so you want to play this the hard way? Okay.
Ah, Canderous.
Rana no prata don't no sercha. Ichua penki. Watana wamamulira.
We were just goofing.
No bule muli raji jonitun turji chiwi itado. Bola una dichek. Palamure slimo wanga kun bisching.
I knew you boys would see reason. Now get out of here.
Too bad. I was looking forward to cracking some heads.
Maybe next time, Canderous. I better get this over to Davik. I'll call you if anyone else gets behind on their payments.
My payments? What up, future party member?
Those Vulkars are dumber than a Coruscant granite slug. They actually think being in that pathetic little gang of theirs makes them important. Gadon keeps his hidden Becks in line, but Brezhik's getting dreams of grandeur. If Davik's smart, he'll slap that young punk back down.
This would be the first thing you'd ask when an old man just starts talking. I mean, this is honestly par for the course if you've ever been to a gym with old people and they just start talking to you. I guess this is the equivalent in Star Wars terms.
I'm someone you don't want to get on the bad side of. And I'm not one for small talk.
You started this conversation,
I don't have time to
man.
stick around here anyway. Davik's got me working on a special assignment.
He's just like Karth. He really wants somebody to talk to, but he can't. It imposes on his masculinity to want to have any kind of discussion with anybody. Yeah, we're not gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna go into that cantina, but yeah, the thing I wanted to talk to you about today for the topic was passions. So maybe I can. I think there's like is M map. Yeah. Okay. To hidden bags, to Jabber Cantina, to apartments, to Upper City, to Black Vulcar base. Yeah, let's keep going this way. I wanted to talk about passions, and I wanted to. Let's just go this way, I suppose. Maybe that's where the Sith is. I wanted to talk about a little experience I had a few years ago and kind of how my thoughts on passions and improving on your passions, getting better at things, but also following your passions has changed. I hope I have enough juice for this. I have grenades, but yeah, they're not all that dude. I might get killed here. Oh my god. Oh boy. Yeah, you're gonna... Homie, please. Just hit him, dude.
You asked for this.
Thanks, friendo.
Yes?
And just how my opinions on those things have changed, and I wanted to talk about, I guess, kind of like my thinking. So the first thing I'd like to touch on would be if you are interested in like getting better at something, if you do have a passion or you claim to have a passion, or you are somebody that wants a single... How am I not getting... I'm not like... I'm not getting healed by this, by the way.
Ready.
I mean, you clearly have less health, but it's not healing you. Okay, that worked.
Sure.
Now he has his health back. Weird. That was definitely a bug. So my thoughts, the small one being that if you are passionate about something, you should absolutely seek out a mentor in order to improve on that if that is something that you are like super interested in. For me, it was guitar playing. When I was young, I got really interested in guitar playing because in middle school I had some friends that were really good at music and. Yeah, I am the fucking papers guy.
Let me see. The Undercity is crawling with mutants.
Cool, rat ghouls. They're pretty gross. I had a buddy that was super good into music, and I kind of wanted to enjoy the jam sessions that they would have myself, so I ended up getting
Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator.
Come on, virtual clone of person with beard and weird voice.
Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5. Hush, or the others will hear us.
Go on, you two. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Those 2 beggars give everyone in the village a bad name. We aren't all like that, you know. Most of us are good people.
My name's Tail Bell.
Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there?
Damn, bro, it looks like she's wearing like the tethered butthole of some creature, you know, or tattered. I mean, you know, homeless wise, you usually see people at least wearing like full clothing.
Not to you, I suppose, but you're probably
like, what kind of person would actually wear that? You know what I mean? Like, it's not covering you. You might as well be naked. I mean, I understand she's a girl, but like, Jesus Christ, look at that. It looks like some mix of vomit and rust.
Oh, so wonderful. Gendar, the leader of our village.
Gengar.
I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there.
It's like, Karth, can you actually do this woman the courtesy of looking at her and not just staring in a direction kind of askew from behind her, you know? Oh my god. Rukil used to tell me stories. I don't know Rukil.
Of course, I'm sorry. You're probably here, but if you have time later, maybe you could come back.
Yeah, I know. You don't get to talk to people. Whatever. I have one Connor to deal with. Just kidding. Sorry, buddy. Anywho, when I was learning music, I had a buddy. He was a great musician, and they jammed a lot of the time, and I really envied that. And I followed, you know, I got his instructor, and I learned a lot of the key tenets that would help me to be really good at playing guitar, and that really changed a lot about, I think, both of my confidence and just my ability to enjoy playing guitar.
You ain't from the village. You're from the Upworld, ain't you?
Watch yourself. There's some...
My name's Saigir. I run a little salvage shop here. You want to...
How do you manage to run a store? Blah, 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 blah.
It ain't the...
Handed out med packs, Ichani battle armor. Is there no, like, compare Pazak cards? Cool, whatever. But I think, like, my ability to enjoy music was also, like, directly correlated to the ability that the fact that I got good at it through going through a mentor. And my advice for anybody would be to get a mentor, to get somebody to teach you how to do it, because there are a lot of people who get into music and they kind of just, like, spin their wheels forever because they want to go like the self-taught route, or like somehow it's invalid to learn anything without doing it all 100% on your own. And that's actually not true. And it'll absolutely bother you to watch people jet right past you in terms of skill because you're being stubborn, or you don't want any help, or you don't want any financial assistance, or you don't want to take lessons, or you don't want to hear it from somebody else. It's the most pointless thing you could do. So if you care about something, be willing to listen to other people and to learn from other people in any way, shape, or form. And make sure the mentors you have are good. Trust your intuition. I'll get into the second point, I guess, once I talk to Gendar.
Greetings, Upworlder.
We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity. I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people normally avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can.
Are you like the nun of the poop or something?
Our village has seen many visitors from the surface recently. Armored troops, swoop gang members, mercenaries. They come to search our sunless world. They're even searching the sewers.
Even the sewers? Dude, you're wearing the sewer, homie. To search it, they just have to find you.
Yes, I have seen this Twi'lek many times, though I've never spoken to her. She and her Wookiee companion often pass through our village on their way to explore the sewers. There are two entrances into the sewers from the Undercity. One to the northeast of our village, the other to the southeast. But the sewers are dangerous, Upworlder. If you dare to travel those dark tunnels, you would be wise to go heavily armed, unless you wish to become a meal for the rock ghouls and the other foul creatures. As you wish, Upworlder.
I'm sure I should probably talk to the other lady. I'm gonna save the second part for once I go in there with the rat ghouls, because I'm pretty sure I'll just be slashing randoms the entire time. Once that part of the game commences, and I think I could probably do to get some better armor. Let me see. What was her name? There's Root Geel.
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then? Is this a portent of the salvation of my people? Or merely another false sign to mislead us from the path? Are you the herald of prophecy? The beacon to guide us through the darkness? Or are you merely another harbinger of shattered dreams and unfulfilled promises?
Be careful. This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me.
Garth is like, I'm out of here.
Tell me what fate you unleash upon us. Salvation or damnation? Speak, Upworlder. I beg you. A question. You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes.
Everyone is the children to you, dude. Karth is like, oh my god, homie, can we leave?
Once, I was honored for my wisdom. But over time, the villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually, there was only a single apprentice who followed me. And now she is gone too.
What is the path, homie?
No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior. Dare I share my secrets with you? No. Not until you prove yourself. My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly. Please, Upworlder. Will you help an old man? Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate. Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere. I wish you luck.
Side quests. Shalina, what did you
Hello
want?
again. I'm glad you came back. It's kind of neat to speak to someone from the surface world. Is there anything I can do for you? You'd probably get more information from Gendar, the village leader. I don't know anything about... Oh.
Why did she want to talk? She has nothing to talk about. She's just like, I can tell you about nothing. I can tell you that Gendar's here, and you can talk to him if you have literally any need to know anything. It really sucks in this game that they hadn't implemented like the easy compare yet with the shops, so that you know like whether or not you should be buying something. So what do I have here? I have a vibro blade. Yeah, dude. 4 to 13. It only compares the first thing you have. 2 to 7. This is 4 to 9. God, the dual wheel, like, it's so bad though, man. Like, whatever. You get like shot so many damn times.
Yes?
Let me get some gear and then we'll get into more of the
Hey
stuff.
there, Upworld. It ain't the...
Oh god. Oh, if they're selling antidotes, there's gonna be something. Oh my god, I have like nothing. Alright, well we should sell some stuff. These are adrenals, those are pretty good. Grenades are good, just keep those. You can sell the blaster pistols, we don't need them. You can sell the short swords. You don't need them. You can sell the shock stick. You can sell that, and we can sell the vibroblades. And I just want to make doubly sure, because some games didn't have this implemented, that you can't sell what you're holding. Cool. Sweet. Give me a little bit more. So how much is... God, this thing is fucking crazy expensive. These are some whack prices. This thing only cost a credit? Maybe because these are sellback. Yeah, I got like no money, dude. Yeah, this guy's, his stuff is whack. Maybe we'll, before we go in and go after the rat ghouls, we'll go to that cantina and see like what's going on and see if we can't level up or something in the meantime. So maybe it would be a good time to go into the other thing about passions now. So the main point I wanted to make about passions is that it's not always the most fulfilling route or the most intelligent route, in my opinion. And again, the disclaimer for all of these things is that, oh, cool. Instantly take you to the apartment complex on the map. We'll read. Oh. Cool. No, I don't need to go there yet. It's not always, sorry, I keep getting distracted. Come on, brain. Anything that I say here is just, you know, my own experience. I don't speak for anybody else, and your mileage may vary on whatever it is that I describe. But basically, I don't necessarily feel anymore, which I did feel this way when I was younger, that the path to being, you know, maximally happy is to be working in your passion. And I guess I can start, you know, describe this by, oh, this is super boring cantina, huh? I can describe this by saying a story. Oh, here we go. Oh, this fucking dude. This guy's bad.
Go away.
Sorry, I keep getting interrupted here.
One. Two. Three.
Oh! 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 3 O's, 3 deaths. What up, Nord?
Go away. 1, 2. Smart.
I think he's like super high level too right now, so I'm pretty sure you do have to fight him later, but it's not a good time to do that. But hey, repair kits. I feel like that one girl is gonna be up here. Oh my god, what a bizarre creature. What on earth is that thing? A paired log. They have faces on their backs. Oh, because they can't go back. Yeah, freaking bizarre. I feel like probably something they made just for this game. But creative, so I mean that's a plus. Let me try to trigger everything in here so I can actually get to what I'm trying to say. Oh look, it's hold in.
Huh? What?
Oh, that was hold in.
Sorry, I didn't see
Oh,
you
it
there.
just looks
My
exactly like the other dude.
focused on the Twi'lek dancers. Look at them waggle those head tails. I don't normally go for these alien girls, but I've had some bad experiences with my own species lately. Maybe it's time for a change. Know what I mean?
Gay?
You're here about that? I guess Zax must have mentioned me to you at the bounty office. Fair enough. I don't care who takes her out. Just so long as the job gets done. I can't let her get away with what she did. That wench tried to cut me with her vibro blade. Because she's crazy. She started screaming that I was making advances, and the next thing I know, she's coming at me with a knife.
Yeah, right. Sounds to me like she was defending herself.
I admit I was drunk. Maybe I got a little fresh. But it was no big deal. She didn't have to cut me. What? I can't do that. Think how it would look. I work for Davik. I've got a certain reputation to uphold.
I work for Derek. I have got a certain reputation to hold. I can't let her get away with this. Although I do feel a bit guilty.
Dia's a good-looking gal. It'd be a shame to kill her. Tell you what, I'll take 200 credits in exchange for lifting the bounty. If I let her get away... You're threatening me? I work for Davik Kang. If you kill me, you'll be signing your own death warrant. Fine by me.
Well, maybe I can come back once I get the persuade stat up. Do I have levels? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't have any new levels yet. Sith or Bith? No. Yeah, sorry. Just looking to see if there's anything else I can trigger in this room so that I don't have to. I literally... Oh, yeah, it just blocked me for a second. The Starlight Entertainers. Can go dance with Lynn. Dang, why can't I do anything in this game without Persuade? I remember. At least they built that up though, you know what I mean? What up, Zach? Star Killer, man. They really wanted to use that Star Killer reference in this game. So they ended up making a character called Star Killer a long time afterwards who was part of the Force Unleashed things. And Star Killer is actually a reference to the original last name for Luke Skywalker.
As long as we don't end up on the list of the victims. Okay, I don't know about Davik's special contracts. Justice is one thing, but doing a crime lord's dirty work is something else.
Cool. They ended up giving a character in Force Unleashed the name Starkiller, which was originally the last name for Skywalker, so it was going to be Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, all these different things, but then it ended up not being that. I'm going to go up to the, maybe I'll go to the lower apartments and see, but then I'll probably take the fast travel back to my room, and I think that will give me enough time to say what I need to say. Oh, Gelru?
Greetings, stranger. My name is Gel. You don't have a deck? Well, we can't play unless you have your... He's looking to retire from the...
Upper Cantina, is there floors to this thing? But yeah, if I do all that, there should be enough time for me to get to what I'm trying to describe and then go fight the Iraq ghouls. Yeah, Pizak, whatever. We'll get to this. Where is the exit? I think this is it. Past the go route, dude. But yeah, so for a long time, I thought that my passion was what was kind of necessary to, following my passion was what was necessary for me to have a happy life, right? To be able to apply myself, to be able to, you know, to feel like I'm successful at what I'm doing, and also to, Jesus, how many apartments are there? This guy's got to fight again and interrupt the damn story one more time, right?
There's a bounty on your little green heads. I'm here to collect. That's the plan.
Wow, okay. I guess we can go see what's going on. But yeah, oh, what up, Walker? Oh, he's got a shield on. So I think when I click, I just fill up this combat action thing. Just shoot this dude, hombre. Thank you. Who are we? No, what are you doing, homie? Don't aggro everybody. But yeah, attack this dude too. When, I used to feel that was necessary. I used to feel that, following my passion was necessary to make myself, like, happier or, you know, like, more, have a really engaging life, and that would really be, like, the only way that I could enjoy my life. In college, I ended up getting an economics, sorry, I just got distracted. An economics degree. Oh my God, we're gonna get killed. An economics degree because I was sort of like, you know, sorry, there you go. I was sort of like equally dispassionate about every subject in the school, right? I wanted to finish. I didn't see much point in getting one degree over another because I didn't really care what I was going to do. And more so than even that, I thought, oh, I could probably use this arm. Cover mine. Yes? Just grab it. Please? Great. Okay. Well, that didn't work. I think if I level up, I'll get my health back. But I was kind of equally dispassionate about every subject in school, and I just wanted to, which one is persuade? That's no, so I need, I only get 1 point. Dexterity, Constitution, Wisdom. I don't have force powers yet, so I can't. Oh, I need Charisma. There you go. And then skills, Persuade, and Treat Injury. You have been granted Implant Level and Uncanny Dodge. Cool. Is Karth not leveling? Rip.
Sure.
Yeah, you do get your health back when you level up. This was a feature in a lot of early games. So you'd kind of save your level ups to get your health back without having to use any of your health items. But yeah, equally dispassionate about everything in school. I didn't really care what I did, and I also thought, well, you know, once I graduate, I'm just going to do something that I am passionate in, and it's not going to matter what my degree is in, because like my father before me, I would be able to just, in my viewing, just excel at whatever it is that I put my mind to, which I do feel is still true. Like, that there's, you know, if I'm passionate and I'm engaged in something, then I will succeed in it. Just through evidence with music, like I described, and also having like good mentors and strong people around being really essential to that thesis of getting better. It happened with fighting games, happened with music, happened with, you know, working out, happened with lacrosse when I was interested in it, and didn't happen with lacrosse when I wasn't. Disable. I think I'm just gonna have to disable these. What does this do? I hope you're still practicing. Oh, poor Uncle Louie. The, is this gonna blow up right in my face, or... Disable the mine, please? Sweet. Because this is an older, maybe it's hyperdrive? Alderon. Oh, it just like rewards you for reading the thing. Sweet. Republic mod armor. Yeah, sweet. Bad guys coming? Oh. You need to use some health items. But I thought I would be successful no matter what I did, because I was like my dad. You know, my dad was a self-made man and somebody that I felt could do anything. And I felt like, you know, everybody in my family had never kind of gone the conventional route, and so why would I, you know? I love how they like kind of did the combat animation, but not actually. Yeah, the accuracy has gone up a lot more, so that's nice. And so why would I? And so when I graduated school, and this was very much facilitated by the fact that I was still being supported even after college, I basically,
Stop right there, or I'll give you a blaster shot. Or go explore somewhere else. There's nothing interesting for you here. This is your only warning.
Should we tempt this lady? Fuck it, here we go.
I gave you a chance to get out. Now you'll see.
Is she really? No, it doesn't seem like you're the most dangerous anything on Terrace. Just stab her, dog. There you go. Maybe this was one of the people that we were supposed to get. Why is my health like so low without her? I feel like we fought each other without any animations. Cool. And take her shit. Yeah. And then we'll level up Karth. But I thought that I was going to be successful no matter what I did. And, you know, I was, somewhat confident in that, but I had this like core belief that I couldn't be successful unless I did something that I was passionate about. And despite having an economics degree, and despite kind of being offered to go into like a Yeah, fuck, I didn't need to do that. I should have leveled up like I described previously. What a dumbass. Usually, I think one of the better things... yeah, you should probably just stick with whatever these guys do, so... Treat injury, awareness, gracias, feats. He has dual wield, heavy armor. Powered up blast, yeah, he's a gun dude, so that's what we should do. Sweet. So, and I'd always had like a big passion in like the arts, right? I was passionate about, you know, films and movies and video games clearly, and I wanted to do some kind of development thing like that. So I got into editing, and I got into cameras, and I got into all this stuff, and it took a long time, and I had some jobs in between that kind of affirmed my thinking in a way, because I was working in restaurants in between, and, you know, not making enough money to like support everything I was doing, but at least to like try to stay relevant, and failing at them because I just didn't really care about anything I was doing. I was not like all that invested in my own... Jesus, I'm just getting like wrecked every time I walk into a room. I wasn't all that invested in like my own stuff, you know, into my own, I think that was one of the bounty hunters, so I'll go back to the cantina. I wasn't all that invested into, like my realistic future. Sorry, I'm so bad at this. I'm just like constantly trying to like juggle mentally multiple things. And eventually I figured out my production stuff. It took years. I wasn't, you know, living the best life financially, like as far as independence goes, but eventually I got there. I ended up having a YouTube channel, which was kind of like right on the verge of being like really good. I eventually had a YouTube channel that did good, and I had a wedding photography business, or at least the beginning. I wouldn't say it was a full-on business, but I was taking several wedding photography gigs, little event stuff as well, and I was, you know, I was starting to feel like, hey, well, I'll finally be able to kind of align with what my thinking is with my passion, and I'll be able to follow my passion, and thusly I'll be happy. I know I'll be good at what I do because I care about it. It won't be like X or Y or Z job, like working in medical sales, where I didn't really understand what I was selling, and I didn't really care about it at the time, and I just didn't, shit, this is Lower City Apartments again. It won't be like serving or restaurant stuff where I just feel like this isn't where I should be right now, and I don't give a shit, and life will be good. And it seemed good at the beginning, and the YouTube stuff never ended up panning out financially because I just didn't want to commit on... It was already taking a lot of time to make the videos, and it was making me next to no money because of, you know, the amount of views I was getting were like kind of right on the crisp of, you know, kind of the edge of making money, and YouTube has like rampant demonetization issues at the moment. Where's the map? To the Undercity, Blackwall Car, Upper City. Okay. Across. Oh, it was just on the other side. Okay. So it just, the YouTube stuff didn't pan out in a way, and it was a successful channel, unlike this one, because this is like, you know, something that's meant to be mostly private. But my wedding photography stuff started to go good, and I was doing, you know, different gigs, and I was, you know, enjoying them, relatively speaking, and Fucking A, dude, really? Really, dude? I guess he's a respawn. I was enjoying it, relatively speaking, and I was, you know, making decent money on like a, you know, each gig, you know. But what I ended up realizing, and I realized this fairly quickly, I guess these groups, these mobs respawn, and I realized this again fairly quickly, was that it wouldn't, the passion that I had developed in the meantime for really following my enjoyment and excitement for the arts, that passion that I had developed, that's the Volcar base, that's why they're there. That passion that I kind of developed in the meantime, it was starting to wane once I started doing it for a job. And I ended up, is this to get out? Yeah, the apartment. What? Is this another apartment complex? Jesus Christ, there's so many of these. I'm just gonna use the fast travel in a minute. They started to wane once I started doing it for work.
Donghai tuam Gigi Yumalit Pang Takum Justak Miki Grabel Mogo Kachi Juaitha Odunga Inkin Kuno We Ita Nadana Itya What are you? Takum Justak Miki Grabel Mogo We Ita Nadana Takum Justak Miki Grabel Mogo Kachich Mana Tota Akuchigat Watawama Mulira Kinkunjo Peshak Donghai Tuam Gigi Yumali
Permaconcrete detonators. Sweet. Maybe you have things I can take too. But I realized as I was working, doing wedding photography, that there were little things, little compromises that I was making in my work because, you know, I loved photography, but I didn't really care at all for wedding photos. Like I didn't have like really any interest in them. The stuff I was putting out, I was like fine with because it was in line with what people wanted for their wedding photos. But when I was, you know, learning all these things, because I you know, was very passionate about, do I have to like, oh, I'm still in combat? That's really fucking annoying. What on earth are these? Oh, maybe holograms? Okay, well, the correct order. Yeah, I had realized as I was doing it that, come on, dude, that I wasn't like, I wasn't really getting to actually follow my passion in the truest sense when I was doing it for work. And I would make, you know, I would make photos that I was happy with, but I didn't love. And those are kind of the compromises that I wouldn't be able to get around. Come on, dude. Just fucking kill this guy. Thank you. Those were the compromises that I wouldn't be able to get around if I was doing the job that way. What? And in my mind, I had always thought, well, I was passionate about photography prior to doing the job, but doing the job meant that I had to make compromises in what I actually wanted to do. And I wasn't making a ton of money, I didn't get like good benefits, I didn't get like all this extra sweet stuff that a lot of other people were getting at their jobs that was making just their overall quality of life improved. And I thought to myself, well, shit, if I'm not getting to do like fun projects and I'm spending a lot of time the edit and it's exhausting and I'm I'm doing like, 20 key shots for clients, and I'm spending all this time touching them up and making sure they look nice, and making sure that if there's any issues with it, that they can, be fixed or at least hidden. That like, I was spending so much time doing that it was like, well, oh, I don't know why we got to this sentry droid now. It does nothing. But I was spending so much time doing that and doing things that I wasn't all that interested in that I just realized that I wasn't even kind of following my passion, and in fact my passion was waning, because at the end of these long hours of editing and producing stuff and making things for other people, I didn't have any energy or willingness to produce anything for myself. And I realized kind of quickly that shit, I shouldn't be, I should be, more focused on, if I want to enjoy this stuff still and stick to the reasoning why I even wanted to do this in the first place, I should, I should be more interested in preserving that passion, and not just like taking any kind of camera job that I can get. But I also wanted money, so I thought, I should get a regular career, because I had lost kind of my passion for doing it once I did it for a job. And I think for people like myself who are very passionate about things and don't like having to compromise individual, just like small things about their work, or they want to do something that's super graphical and they don't end up doing it for their job. I think that it is people like me don't like those compromises, and it makes it so that you can't really compromise or enjoy your work otherwise. So luckily, like soon after coming to this realization about the photography stuff, I saw the ad for the boot camp on Instagram, and I had tried, along other things in the past that I had like either wanted to do but couldn't find a way of doing. Like I tried coding before, but I didn't have a mentor, and it was really hard to like have with no one to bounce questions off of. I tried electrical engineering, and I tried journalism, all these things, and I thought, well, I like coding, but I don't like love coding. And I feel like I could be good at it because I was doing a little bit for the final job that I ended up having before I transitioned to software. So I might be, decent, and I might be able to like go somewhere with this. And, kind of its history, I went to the boot camp, I did pretty well. I ended up getting a really good job with the benefits and the flexible time and the pay that I wanted. And then now I can make, content and make videos and enjoy doing photos. I'm going to be doing a friend of mine's engagement photos in a month. There's some other projects I want to do throughout the month to stay, kind of, rustless or kind of just get back into the swing of taking photos like at that consistency level. But my passion has grown back in the absence of not having to do any of that for work. So I think, again, my advice for passions is don't always feel the need to follow your passion, because the specifics of what you'd have to do for that job don't always line up with what the reasoning for you to want to like do whatever it is for that. Like if you like making really high contrast, super graphical looking, high concept images, and all the work is wedding photos, you might not really enjoy doing photography anymore if that's all you have to do to reach the market. And there's a lot of people that have interests that are not even feasible as ways. I mean, with the internet, it's a lot easier to make money with niche interests here and there, but somebody might have like an obsession with making the Mona Lisa with like used paper clips or something, and like how many people are going to be interested enough to allow that person to make a career out of doing that. And whatever you would have to do to make that a career, maybe it's something that would make your passion not even that fun anymore, or it would be so exhausting that you wouldn't have any time to even enjoy what you're doing. So, in my view, again speaking only for myself, if you are passionate about something, you're really passionate to the point of like, I care about every single thing about this thing. If you're like me, I wouldn't recommend doing it for your job, because jobs implicitly require I want to not sacrifice, but kind of meeting in the middle. There's a word I'm not getting to in the middle in this, like kind of finding a halfway point with other people on the team, and deadlines, which are good even for personal projects, and all kinds of other stuff that if you just want to do things for fun, you shouldn't concern yourself with. Try to keep your finance and your passion separate. And even in the case of me with the development and software stuff, I developed a passion for it as I was working, which is something that can happen. But I was happy with knowing the fact that my passion would probably wane for it, which it has a little bit, as I did it for a job. So, and in doing so, I've allowed that passion to get a little muted in order to preserve all the other things that I really care about. So yeah, finally I kind of like get to sum up everything I'm thinking, because I took a break in this conversation, but yeah, so I'm not just a total idiot, and it's kind of hard to do all this together. So maybe I'll reconsider how I go about hitting these topics, because there's so many little side quests and dialogues that I want to touch on. But yes, Karth, what would you like?
Yes, what's on your mind?
It's what's on your mind, man. You wanted to bring it up.
Terrace? You do? Well, fair enough. What do you want to discuss? I knew you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period.
Not built that way. You look pretty built to me.
Maybe so, but I've been betrayed before by people. I just want to happen again, that's all. I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally. Well, you can stop wondering. I'm not. No, I don't want to talk about it. But I want
Are you sure, babe? Are you sure you don't want to talk?
Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care?
Because it bothers you, Karth. Because you can tell. Look at your stance. You're getting agitated. You don't talk at lunch. You know, you're all quiet during the car rides. You seem very distant, like you want to talk about something, and you're the one who brought up this. Also, what are those shoes, man? They look like like steel-toed snowboarding boots. Karth, you gotta confront your feelings, homie. You can't just keep dragging me into your personal job. I'm your elite commando buddy with multiple alien languages in the bank. I'm not your therapist, even though I'm substituting for one. What do you want, Magneto?
Friends and fellow humans, I bring you a warning. A warning of a great plague spreading across our planet. Please, listen to me.
Is he a racist?
Will you join my cause? We must band together if we are to stop the spread of vermin and scum throughout Taris. I am speaking of the hideous-looking aliens who walk the world of Taris. The Wookiees and Ithorians and Rhodians and Bith, all of them. Listen, friend, for these hard times. That is why I, Gorton Kolu, have formed the Anti-Alien League. The time has come for action. We cannot sit
the Brotherhood of Evil Racists.
Like our glorious planet. You are like all.
Come on, we should keep moving.
I wonder if he actually does anything interesting. Yeah, the whole reason I came up here was to go talk to the inventory. Like, fuck, this is the wrong direction. Is this where the shop is? The droid shop. Here we go. I feel like she has stuff for me. No? Maybe? Somebody?
Kin kon shi kai kachin au witimembo rangtong. Mulira on shaturing ni patoga wanga chonzi tse. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kin ba mulira dwana. Dong kin ba no kudnok nek. Kavanumpa kumpialia monokata.
Very progressive.
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
How relevant. Trump rallies on Tuesday.
Watuyama kama wona henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa mchawa. Dong abuk shami nonok. Chinapala mule. Dong ki ba non tontek. Kin kon shi kai kachin awana kuyami juuk chichitan. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes chi pala mulek. Dong bona na kachu. Ki mucho shakapaka. Yi ki kon. Tonga book.
Droid, this isn't what I need. I wonder if I'll be seeing you. Incomplete droid. Huh. I wonder if I'll be seeing that droid later. But yeah, let me go and get these parts and then maybe we'll figure out the rest. But yeah, I think everybody needs to have passions. I think passions are the reason to live, and you know, reasons to enjoy your life. And I mean, it's literally like, if you're not passionate about anything, then what do you even do with your time, you know? These guys hassling an Athorian or something.
Get out of here, you goggle-eyed freak!
Yeah, go back to where you came from. Why do you care what happens to...
Yeah, Oh! Run!
Yeah, light side. What is this over here? North apartments. God, how many freaking apartments are there here? Just use the map. Lower city, droids by Janice, upper city. Yeah, I think this is where I gotta go. But yeah, it's I think passions are great. Everybody needs passions. I was told that when I was young, and I didn't really agree with it in the same way that you know, I think I should have, or I wasn't okay with I wasn't okay with like feeling that I could just have passions on the side, because also like the other aspect of it is that you don't like, at least like there was a time when I was heavily into the VFX, when I was into all the production stuff, and I think I felt like I wouldn't be validated unless I had like an industry job and I was doing my passion. Like even if I was good at it, it wouldn't be like valuable, which is something I see in some people, especially when it comes to like gaming, where like if you have like, if you're like a environmental artist and you didn't work in the industry but your stuff's still good, it doesn't mean anything. And that's just BS, you know, like you don't need to like measure yourself against like, okay, I worked for this, I worked for Disney, or I worked for blank or whatever. I mean, I've interviewed with Disney and Universal Studios for software stuff, and I could really care less because I know that they have terrible developers over there and they have great ones. So the icon, you know, the badge doesn't mean anything, and I think if that's a passion thing, you just need to get over it, you know, because the quality of your ability is centered around your investment level and the work you put in and the peers around you, and you will get some good peers at some of these places, but I feel like when in a working relationship, a lot of the time it is overrated, like the direct technical mentorship you'd get. So
just so you know, the prices on the items are final. Nope.
Great. Oh yeah, let me see about the inventory stuff that I did end up getting. combat suit. Yes. They're public mod armor. Yep. And then will plus 10, the neural band, energy shield, no offhand, and then I'll give Karth. He has a combat suit. And adrenaline, energy shield. Sweet. Alright, so now
yes,
should be able to.
Welcome to the
Those head things are like the geekiest things ever. I don't know why they thought to put this in the game. Maybe they needed more head armor. Let's see what they're doing now. Defense bonus. What is the actual? These are so whack. Achani Ritual Blade, 3 through 13. Yeah, none of these are good. Yeah, we'll head back to the Undercity, but yeah, I think that's another thing that people get into when they get too worried about their passions, or do I need to do my passion for my living? Do I need to do do I absolutely need to do my passion for my living? And the answer is no. Like, there's a guy, oh god, I think his name is it F7 or something? He is an engineer like me, and he's an amazing photographer. And he doesn't do it for a job. He sometimes does it for like work stuff because like they need like an asset or something, and he just is like, I think I can go do this. But otherwise he doesn't actually pursue any of that for a career. And it's perfectly valid. There's a guy, a lot of the guys on Instagram who do like simulation, when we're talking about like sim stuff, like hair sim and water sim and like cool different stuff in C4D, they get like, they're freelancers, so you can almost think of them in the case of like people who really are but aren't working in their field, you know what I mean? Like they're not like consistently employed even.
This elevator is off limits. Only set, but it's off.
They're not like working directly for somebody, but they spend a lot of their time like trying to make money other ways. And honestly, I've met a lot of freelancers who don't get enough work and they have regular jobs, and it's not that different from having a consistent job and putting the same amount of work into your craft during, on the off hours that you get. So yeah, I guess my thesis is you don't have to do your passion for your work. You don't have to feel like not doing your passion for your work somehow diminishes your skills or your investment level into one thing or another. And you also, if you want to develop your passions, you need to get a mentor, and you need to, I say you, I mean I, in my experience, again, I only speak for my own investment and my own, experience doing these things, but a mentor is of great help. And especially with guitar, I see so many people, in music in general, I see so many people that just like spin their wheels constantly because they're just not, wow, look at this massive bug right in front of us. None of these assets load. I told you this version of the game is horrible. None of those assets loaded in at all. People are too proud, or they want to be like Eric Clapton or blah 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 and self-teach, and it's just a waste of time for everybody. So
I can hear it coming.
He'll never make it. He's doomed.
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
Open the gate!
Quickly! There isn't much time! I can't! The rat ghouls are too close!
The mutants will kill.
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all!
No! You can't do
Oh,
this!
God.
Is it... Please, make him open.
I can't open the gate. You'd risk your... I'll open the gate.
Kill the ragu.
How'd you like that?
Jesus, these things do damage. Just hit this dude, please. Oh, God. My dude is always dying, man. The wackest of,
Sure.
The wackest of, defenses. Improved flurry? Where's like the power attack? This one's pretty good. Yeah, power attack is cool. Yeah, these guys are tough. How many of these rackles do I have to fight? Yo, what up, Hendar?
I can't thank you enough.
I still have you, Hendar.
Good old Hendar. Well, anyways, those are my thoughts on passions. Next time we'll go fight these rat ghouls. I don't know how I'm gonna have enough topics for this entire run. I think that taking a second to actually say what I'm thinking is a good idea, and maybe I'll try to space these episodes out a little bit to keep all the content more focused. But I like the overall concept, and hopefully you guys do too. So anyways, that's all for me. Take care. Bye-bye.